YouTube, this is HK858, and I want to talk to you about some ideas I can see on how to incorporate certain cards that are already created in external formats to be incorporated into Modern. And so here's some of my ideas of ways to actually add them into Modern without having to go through Standard, because some of the cards I will have on my lists will be cards that will probably break Standard or be banned in Standard. So, some of these ideas would be great to see unfold into Modern, create some new decks. But this video, I'm just going to talk about the few ideas I could see how you can improve, or how Wizards can actually throw older cards into Modern. Even though, don't get me wrong, I love all the new cards that keep coming out, especially some of the cards in Amonkhet. Wow. So, the first one is going to be similar to the ban list, except it's not. But before I get into this, I will say that all these ideas can be incorporated all together, so it just makes it a little more. It'll make sure that some of those older cards can be reprinted. Newer players can play with some of the cards that the older players played with, like they've been doing reprints here and there that go into Standard. But it just makes it a little more interesting. So, the first idea is to make like a testing format of Modern at, maybe a few game stores as well as MTGO. A format where you have a list similar to the ban list, but it's not a ban list, it's an ad list or whatever they call it. And you add a list of cards that you can test to see how good it'd be in Modern. And then if they're really good in Modern or they're okay in Modern, they're not game breaking, you can reprint them in a new Modern Master Set. So automatically they were in Modern because of a list, but now they can be taken off that list because they were reprinted into Modern. So, another way is going with, because as you can see on the screen, I have just Modern and Magic the Gathering dual decks, and the dual decks would be probably one of the best ways to incorporate new cards that come from Commander, come from any like Plane Chase type sets, Conspiracy, not the Conspiracy type cards, but any of the created cards like the Dak Faden, those kind of cards that would actually work in Modern instead of not work in Modern. But yeah, dual decks would be great if we can actually see them shift towards a Modern feel. That one I could definitely see not be a problem, where they're not reprinting cards just from Modern and Standard, but they also bring in cards from the Legacy time frame that would actually work with the deck, make sense with the deck they're building, and it would reprint them in a newer art or the same art with newer borders, so they can get that into Modern. So that's an idea, and like I said, all these can kind of incorporate together. The next idea, or the other idea I have, is Modern Masters. So you could do a few different ways. Just add like 25 cards to be reprinted from a Legacy set in the current Modern Masters set. And that would allow, one, you get 25 more cards to look forward to see which ones are reprinted during spoiler season. And it would be a little bit bigger drafting set, but at least you're actually getting, newer cards into Modern's format. Another way you can do it is similar to what happened during the Time Spiral block, is do a time-shifted strategy, either with Modern Masters or maybe its own set, just very randomly in the summertime. Okay, we're going to do like a 175 card set of time-shifting. And hey, even the time-shifting idea could even incorporate ideas of creating new cards for like color shifting. Like Groundbreaker was Ball of Lightning, the green version of Ball of Lightning, and the Mana Tithe for the Force Spike, those kind of color shifts. That way it would really make some of the decks a little more spicier, I guess you could say, or however they would do that. But I'm mainly going on to the idea of this time-shifted set to make it so that you can get some of those older cards into the new format so that we can see what they could do with Modern. Like I said, I'm going to have a list. Obviously, if any of you guys think of any idea list, make your own video. Go for it. Just make your own video. If you really don't like how my videos look or sound, go ahead, make your own video that has your ideas of how you can incorporate cards into Modern outside of just going through Standard, as well as your lists of cards that would be great to see in Modern. That you would be like, oh, I want to, like, everyone would love to see Baleful Strix in Modern. I would too. 2 mana, a black and a blue, a 1/1 flying death touch that when it comes into play, you draw a card. It would help with control decks and a few other decks, and maybe make some weird aggro deck, who knows. But for the most part, yes, I would like to see, what you guys think and what you guys could do with the Modern, or what you guys can think of doing to the Modern format, so we can explode the idea out there, and then Wizards may look into it and maybe make some changes to doing that. Obviously, I know they have their hands full of whatever they have to do, but hey, if they could invest a small team to working into Modern Masters ideas, Modern improvement ideas, hey, that would be great, because that would help a lot of fans out. Plus, it would also, even with the reprinting of these older cards, it would also color shift them. Might even see some cards that were never in Pauper become Pauper, even, for any of you Pauper fans out there. But mostly, like I said, this is more for Modern. However, I do love those other formats, as well as it'd be kind of cool to see some new cards reprinted so that they can go into Commander sets and other casual decks. So yeah, I'm just going to throw this out there. If any of you guys would love to make a video on similar to this idea or another idea, as well as, maybe make a video of a list of cards you'd love to see in Modern that are obviously, you take your list of, oh, these are the obvious ones people want to see in Modern, deck fade and all that, and then throw in, your own list. So, like I said, the videos I make will be of my lists, going from here on out until I start making other videos about other games, because I do plan on doing a Star Wars Galaxy of Hero game. Game improvement ideas, and maybe just to have fun with talking about Star Wars as well as Magic. Like, I might do videos of, I might start doing top 10 videos of top 10 tribes and top 10 of each 10 cards of each tribe. So look forward to that. But yeah, this is HK858 and I'm signing off.